As I say your name, if you could just come up here with me so everybody could get a good look at you, because you may look different after the classes are done. You may look different. I'm anticipating you looking a little more tired and, maybe a little bug-eyed somewhat, but if you could join me up here, I'd really appreciate it. James Watson from Curtis EDM. Susan Zadone from Corazon. John Bean from Flair Fountains. Ruel Islam from Gandhi Mahal. Wendy Ethan from Guaranteed Commercial Title. Bill McLesley from IP House. Miguel McMore, I'm not sure if she was able to be here from KP. Oh, there you are!
No, I'm Miguel's father.
Oh, I was going to say, you look a little different from last time I saw you. Join us from KP Companies. Anthony Gozzi from Meg Mechanical. Christine Latman from Maud Warp. Matthew China from Mill City Electric. Robert Nelson from Nelson Electric. Gloria Freeman from Ulu's Home, Inc. Heather Manley from On Demand Group. Jonathan Powell from Pedia Pals. Susan Rainey from Rainey Engineering. Saeed Wadi from Saffron Restaurant and Lounge. Kristen Togson Hollander, the Stratford Companies. And Andrew Levin from the Turkey Guys.
Miss me.
How did I miss you? Mr. Littlejohn, I apologize. Troy Construction, Calvin Littlejohn. I did not mean anything by that, sir. Whoa. My apologies. Oh man, I owe you. You owe me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our E200 class of 2011. Community College has been such a great co-sponsor as well, and Rita Hughes has a little something that she wants to present to each one of you.
So as you know, the venue had been moved, but that's okay. What we wanted to do is just give a little gift. I too am an entrepreneur, and I know how it is when you would like to have all your information for education all on one jump drive. So what we're presenting to you is a 2-gig jump drive. We also have some souvenirs from North Hennepin Community College, and again, congratulations.
Now it's quite an honor to introduce to you Mayor R.T. Ryback.
Thank you. We just really appreciate that the SBA is doing this. It's a huge, huge boost for us. And when you see the President of the United States come on the television like he did yesterday and talk about the fact that we're going to grow the economy from the ground up, from the grassroots up, from the entrepreneur up, you're who we're talking about, and they delivered, and we really appreciate that the federal government is standing with us today. So can we thank the Obama administration and the SBA for pulling this out? Thank you. One of the things that's really important, obviously, in small business, as somebody who's been in different parts of this, for different parts of my career, is the elevator speech. What do you do? Okay? Well, now, we don't have a boatload of time, and that's important, but I wonder if I could ask each person to stand up and in 30 seconds try to describe what they do, okay? How do we want to start? Whoever wants to can just be the first one. Tell us what your business is. Okay?
With Pediphiles manufactures and designs medical equipment for pediatric clinics and children's hospitals.
Perfect.
I'm with Certis CDM. We collect paper and electronic documents, filter that information so attorneys and corporate legal teams can review it very quickly and efficiently.
Miguel Purvis is from KD Companies. Miguel is an executive recruiter.
Excellent. Not only did you do it in 12 seconds, but it was your daughter's business. Awesome.
Wendy Ethan with Guaranteed Commercial Title, and we close commercial real estate transactions and do research on real estate projects.
Tony Goldie, Maine Mechanical, we do commercial heating and air conditioning.
Calvin Lewis on the fire construction with commercial drywall and finished target.
Susan Savannah, Corazon, on East Big Street, and we feature local artists and Minnesota manufacturers within the local gift shop.
Kind of interesting player out to design field and start a commercial waterfall. You go ahead. Ladies first.
Thank you. Kristen Hollander with Stratford Companies. We have a procurement company that does anywhere between federal, county, state procuring whatever they need.
We begin, business is called Turkey to Go. We make the very best turkey, and started with Minnesota State Fair, and it's got food trucks and also outside food.
Good stuff.
Gloria Freeman, Oldest Home, we provide supportive services for people with developmental disabilities or mental illness, or a combination of all of this.
Philip Lesser with IP House. We are an application and data hosting company, web hosting, and internet access.
And because you helped Darrow with their international work when I was in Amsterdam, opening doors for them last week, it was your IT work that helped. Thank you.
Manson with Gill City Electric, we build cell phone towers from the ground up and make iPhones work.
Carol Sam, owner of Dundee Mall, and we are dedicated to promoting peace by pleasing the health.
This is a great restaurant.
Robert Nelson and Nelson Electric, we do commercial, residential, industrial, wiring, and solar installations.
I'm Susan Ronnie with Ronnie Engineering. We're a professional services firm doing civil engineering, land survey, and most recently railroad signals.
Sadiq Mahdi from Saffron Restaurant and Lounge. We are Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisine. My brother has been an Irish American, yet he is the only one from Minneapolis to be on the show.
Heather Manley from On Demand Group for a global family-owned IT consulting firm and contract labor for TV.
Christine Lansman with Mod Barb, also Canadian Confections, over 100-year-old company that started in St. Paul.
Be very nice to her because they're really good chocolates. Give something to share with the class. Did we get everything? Great. Get to know each other. That's a small thing to say, but that's a really, really big thing to say because everything we know about entrepreneurship is that the first place that you turn is to your friends and families, but the second place you turn is to other entrepreneurs. You're the all-star team. You're also each other's posse. Okay? And the idea is, one of the things that we hope comes out of this is that if there's any way possible that somebody who's doing chocolate can have a need for a IT consulting and et cetera, that you network. That's a really, really key piece of this because we don't want a city that points to one entrepreneur that did well. We want this to be an entrepreneurship hothouse. and you're the all-star team. So thank you for being here. Pay attention to each other. I want you to know that you're not the only people paying attention to you. I just left a meeting at General Mills where the CEO of General Mills has been leading an initiative to get the major corporations in this region to use their supply chains to lift entrepreneurs in this area. This is a great deal. So what's going to happen is that big companies and the city of Minneapolis as a big purchaser are going to much more intentionally try to buy from local entrepreneurs. We do some of that. We use your IT consulting, for instance, but we need to do much more of that. So we're trying to make sure that happens. But the good news is all those CEOs you think about who are off doing other things are paying attention right now to what happens in this room. That's a big deal. People also around the country are looking at this region. 3 regions were invited out to Washington to present to the Brookings Institute about what we're doing on regional economic development, and this whole point I made about the supply chain, we call it the bridge, was one of the things that I got to present in Washington last week because we're doing this work. That's one of the reasons why we want to keep telling that message in Washington so the dollars keep coming here, by the way, if you do this kind of work. So the good news is you're on lots and lots of people's radar. But let's stop and project up a little bit further into the future about why you are so important. And to do that, I want you to just think about this building. Yeah, this is a wonderful building. This is a huge company. It's got networks throughout this whole state. How did it get here? Well, it's a fraternal organization. It's people who are partners working together who made some money. But they didn't start off that way, okay? So who are the people? The Lutherans, who are the Lutherans in the Thriving Financial for Lutheran piece, were often people who were immigrants to this community. Where did they work? Keep backing this thing up. Many of them worked down the riverfront, okay? Only natural waterfall in the Mississippi River was right here at St. Anthony Falls. That's when they used the power to start mills, milling the wheat that came from the rest of the state. So that was really good, but they needed people to work there. They had really weird names like Johnson and Anderson and Ryback. And they worked there, and it was really weird to have these immigrants, these weird names coming in. But they did great work, all right? And because they did great work, they built this into the milling capital of the world. That beautiful city hall you see over there was built by not a mediocre city, a great city that had entrepreneurs doing great things with a lot of hard labor, and they did great things. So then what happened? Well, then those things like those mills turned into General Mills in Pillsbury. See that building right across the street over there? That's old Pillsbury headquarters. That's there because an entrepreneur from the mill got to do that. Did it stop there? No. Middle of the Depression, this kid from North Minneapolis, he goes to see the movie Frankenstein, okay? Sees the movie Frankenstein, he sees this thing, and some people would be freaked out by Frankenstein. He wasn't. He thought, what a cool thing, electricity and life. What's the connection here? He kind of kept this idea in. He was kind of a tinkerer, so he went to the war in World War II and fought in World War II and started tinkering in his garage a little bit. Instead of playing with some stuff, there was this guy named Lillehei at the university who was doing some stuff on parts, and the two of them thought a little bit about it, and out of that, Earl Bakken, who started what's called Ventronic, which is the reason we're so dominant in medical devices here, an entrepreneur growing a great business. Now, not every entrepreneur makes it great, and not everyone hits it. I know that really well. My dad ran the Walgreens at 9th and Nicollet. He wanted to start his own drugstore. He starts his drugstore, 26th and 4th, he opens up a drugstore, the freeway comes along, they tear down the store, he has to move to another location, all the stress and all that move. When they opened the new drugstore in Chicago, and frankly, my dad had a stroke, my dad died. My dad kind of worked himself to death as an entrepreneur. Not every story is beautiful in this. I don't want any of you doing that, okay? But the fact of the matter is, this is rough stuff. This is tough business. It's you against the world, unless all of us surround you, okay? So the point of this is, we understand how much work this is. We understand also how important this is for this region. And I want to make sure that a generation from now, when our kids are here, and a whole bunch of other people are here, they're standing up, and you're coming in to talk about the success you did in building your business. That's not a small thought. We need that now. This region created more entrepreneurs than almost any other region for years and years and years and years.